But let's move on to The Frontier Lord begins with Zero Subjects, Episode 2.
I hate this show.
Some dudes from the village go to check on Diaz and Alna. And Alna is like, fuck yeah, Diaz. We're going to get fucking hitched. Let's go. Married. Let's get fucking married. Ugh. But then they haul the Earth Dragon back. And Mole is like, holy shit. And Diaz is like, can I get a bathroom and a well? And she's like, man, just the leg would be enough for 100 bathrooms. So we'll get you yurts and some other shit, and you can take the majority of the materials since we can't handle it. Diaz is like, sick, thanks. And she's like, you should set some aside for Alna's wedding, and her parents would love to get a single claw or a fang. And he's like, man, what the fuck? And Mole says, you getting married whether you like it or not, boy. We got to establish close ties with our dragon-slaying neighbor. And you're so fucking manly. If you don't, then all the women will want you. And Alna has already gone to her parents to discuss marriage.
This is the exact, like, some men are drowning, whatever internet meme thing. It's like some people have all the luck, and it's just this dude who's been through like hundreds of years of war, and all the girls are like, oh my god, look at those muscles and all those scars. He must be so manly. And then it's just like, I hate it.
You have to remember that Diaz is a simple man. He was an orphan at the age of 10. He went to war at 15. He fought for 20 years. He knew nothing of the world besides war. He doesn't have an education. He never went to school. All he knows how to do is swing an axe. You just have to.
All he knows how to do is fight and fuck. Is what you're saying.
No, just fight. No fucking. He hasn't fucked yet.
Dude, we don't know that. Maybe he's got 6 kids back home.
No.
Because like, here's the thing: is like he might be a stand-up guy, but we also don't know his history, and he very well could have had relationships previous to this. He's not like a virgin at 35.
I mean, I just gave you his history. That was his history. That's everything that happened in his life.
Born, orphaned, went to war. Here we are.
Yep.
History done.
That's it. No education. He didn't go to school.
Oh yeah.
That's it. That's our boy Diaz. That's it. He's a simple man. Simple man.
He's a simple man
doing simple things and a big heart.
Just barbarianing it up.
Diaz is like, fuck, man. Can we just, say we're engaged or something?
Just right here, Greg. Here we go. Here we go.
We don't know the Onikin. We don't know anything about
Greg,
this
don't
group
give
of
this
people.
any credence.
Maybe.
No. Here's the problem.
They
Greg,
age is
this is
different.
exactly what we're talking about when we talk about the issues with Mushoku, the issues with the speculation on the
this is different.
Oh,
this is different.
It's not. It's not at all, Greg.
Let's just assume the Onikin count time
let's
differently.
Not
because it has to be a time thing. In Jobless and in the vampire thing, time is static amongst everybody. We don't know that in this world yet. So, like, 15 in Onikin.
What is a year to a dog? What is a year to a human? What is a year to a tortoise? These are all, sure, relative information. But when you're able to communicate with the thing and then procreate with the thing, it's a different conversation.
Diaz is a simple man.
And also,
he probably could ask the question, like, how do you guys do birthdays? Because if it's really like 1 year in Onikin is like 10 years in human, then now it's different. But we don't know that yet.
But that's also not how it's written. It's literally written to make you feel uncomfortable. And I don't like that. Like,
maybe they're doing it for a reason.
This is the whole point of it. What's
we don't
the
know
reason?
Yet. We don't know
That's
yet.
The
it's only episode
writing,
2. It's only episode 2.
Greg, you have the literal writer being a shitbag and being like, oh, she's only 15. And Diaz is like, oh, she's only 15. What the fuck, dude? That's crazy. Dude, this is bad writing and obfuscation, in your opinion. Like, dude. If some girl walked up to me and was like, oh, I'm 17, but I'm at the club drinking a Modelo, I'd be like, what the fuck? Like, you need to leave. What the fuck is wrong with you? You're not old enough to be here. You're not old enough to drink. It's like, oh, I have a fake ID. Okay, still really shitty again. And then all of a sudden, like later on, I see this person again. They're like, oh yeah, I'm 25. I was just fucking with you. It doesn't make it better. It doesn't all of a sudden forgive you of being a liar and obfuscating the truth. Like, that's just shitty behavior.
Well, I mean, in Mole's defense, she could potentially not be lying if she's saying 15. She just didn't specifically specify that it was 15.
That's
Onikin
still
years.
obfuscating and lying by omission. Because we're having a dialogue. I'm able to communicate information with you. You obviously know what I'm talking about.
But Diaz is a simple
problem.
man. He's
Dude,
a simple.
Greg,
I'm surprised he was even able to do the math to figure some other stuff out later. Yeah.
No.
But Mole is like, nah, Onikin don't do that shit. All or nothing. And Diaz is like, well, I'm glad you're concerned about me, but why do you guys care this much? And Mole says, if you leave, then who knows what kind of lord will take your place. And the last guy, well, he was a shit lord. The village boys are like, damn, Alna is fucking killing it. And Diaz is like, wait, how old is she? And they're like, she just turned 15, my man. And Diaz is like, fuck, man, I'm 35. I could be your dad. Diaz thinks about it and is like, well, in the kingdom, you have to be 18 to get married. So we'll just be engaged for like 3 years and I'll be a sick lord. But you know what? I got some time. I'm okay. Alna rolls up and is like, hey, yo, Diaz, everything is all arranged. What do you want for breakfast? And he's like, oh, you know, anything's good. And then it cuts to them and they're basically like at the reception and everyone is like, that dude is manly as fuck. After the banquet, it's just normal life and Diaz is building yurts and he's like, how do I get more subjects? But Alna rolls up with her horn glowing green, and she says there's a monster nearby. And Diaz is like, damn, okay. Well, I don't want it messing up the well or the bathroom, so I'll go take it down. Alna's like, I go too. But Diaz is like, nah, the bars are sleeping, and they get anxious when no one is around. But village dudes roll up, and she's like, oh, they'll watch them, they'll be fine. The monster is an ogre, and they tag team defeat it, but Diaz got ogre blood all over him, and now he smells like shit. And Alna is like, I'm not letting you in your own yurt if you smell like that. And then Diaz goes to wash himself in the river, but finds it challenging to get the smell of ogre blood off of his bare, manly, naked body in the river. The next day,
say it like that, Craig, but you do anyway.
The next day, Diaz is like, man, how come monsters come, but we don't get any subjects? But then Alna runs out and it's like, we're pregnant. And Diaz is like, fuck yeah. But they're actually talking about Francois, the bar. Alna is like, well, it isn't all good news. Bars can understand human language, and they're basically just sheep humans that choose to get domesticated for a safer life. But those pregnancy hormones hit hard, so since you're the alpha, you gotta hang out with the bars until they give birth. But that means they gotta be in the yurt, and it'll get smelly, and couples fight when bars are pregnant. Diaz is like, man, that's nothing. They're like part of the family. But then Francis and Francois are like, when you guys having kids? And Francis is like, yeah, get the fuck in. That was my translation of the bars. My bar proficiency.
It's a little rusty.
Yeah, it's not that good, but more or less, I think that's the gist of what Francis was trying to say.
Yeah, again, and I hate this. Okay, who doesn't want a domesticated animal that can have communication with you? But also, like, incredibly creepy that these bars have full intelligence of communication, and they obviously feel emotions way more intensely than humans do. It's fucking weird, man. It makes it weirder because they're like, hey, we know that you're underaged in his version of the world, in his idea of the world. Y'all better start screwing real quick. And it's like, oh, what the fuck are we talking about?
Francis is a simple bar.
Me off, dude.
He's a simple bar.
Fuck this show, dude. Fuck this show. I'm out, bro. Come on, Greg.
But Alna's horn turns green again, and she says it seems like there's 10 humans with horses. And he's like, well, I'm not expecting any visitors. You guys go invisible, and I'll go check it out. Diaz gets over there, and it's Klaus. And they do the bicep flex handshake thing that Arnold and the other guy does. And he's like, what are you doing here, my man? And he says, I'm just escorting this lady, and she's got business with you. Diaz is like, who the fuck is that? And Klaus is like, take us to your manor. And he's like, manor? Yeah, about that. But they get to Diaz's shit yurt. And the lady introduces herself as the third princess of the kingdom, Diane. And she's like, where's your manor at? And your servants? And Diaz is like, man, I don't got shit. I built this myself. Isn't it sick? She's like, I thought my dad, the king, gave you a bonus and money and shit. And Diaz was like, nah, man, I didn't get anything. And then they dumped me here and I thought I was going to die. And Klaus is visibly angry. Diane says she came for war, and the capital wants new conflict, and came to request troops, and as a reward, she offers her hand in marriage. Either that, or one of these other two random-ass girls, Prenessa or Meralda.
Okay.
I mean, pretty normal stuff.
The king also knows that he has nothing because he gave him nothing. And he's just like, yo, to my daughter, there's this guy over there. He's really good at punching people in the face. We want to punch more people in the face because we want to take over land or whatever it is. I think we're going to go to war. Can you go recruit that guy? I need him back here. I gave him some land. You go talk to him. And then she's like, what do we have to offer him? And be like, you. That's why I'm sending your ass. Scurry along. This is awful.
Yeah, it's like Game of Thrones or something. Why aren't you mad at Game of Thrones? They do this all the time.
I also understand that it's awful in Game of Thrones.
But you don't harp on it like this. You say Game of Thrones is amazing.
Well, we're not watching Game of Thrones.
One of the best shows ever.
It is a very good show. It doesn't mean, okay, they don't show incest like it's a fucking cool thing to do. It's shown as being very awful, and the characters that engage with it are really, really terrible for the environment of the world. They also show like sibling rivalry taken to like the most extreme and then shown how like the other sibling that was bullied supersedes it. They show like the destruction of like family doesn't necessarily mean the destruction of family values that they were taught as kids, to be kind to your fellow human being, to take care of your own, like, and
how
take
many
care
episodes
of people
in
around you.
Game of Thrones did those themes come up?
Like 2 episodes in.
Okay, so you got to give it a little bit more time. I think you're just being a little too hard on Diaz here. He's a simple man, and Francis is a simple bar, and
yeah,
you know, it's all just simple. You're trying to make it way too complicated.
Simple life, the simple life of a frontier lord. My bad.
Diaz thinks, man,
life.
There's no way I'm going to war. Francois is pregnant, and Diaz is like, well, sorry guys, I'm not going to war anymore. And Diane is like, fuck, man, we can give you additional rewards and shit. And he's like, what kind of rewards? And Diane is like, how about this cup of gamer sups that Diaz was offered as reward for going to war? And Diane and the kingdom saved 10% off of their order of gamer sups by using promo code DJ Montague at checkout. And they saved money on limited edition flavors like ogre blood, that's smelly naked man in river, and you too can get that flavor among other flavors at gamersups.gg, and be sure to use promo code DJ Montague at checkout for 10% off of your order.
Also, the flavors of anime girl thighs, kissy kissy passion, and what's the one I've been liking the most so far? Oh, buff pup doggy style.
Yeah, I think you like the one, like the 14-year-old restorative kiss flavor.
No,
that one's pretty good.
I don't like that one. I don't like
you like the one.
It's
like
not a real flavor. Stop it, Greg.
35 to 15 flavor. You like that one too?
Nope.
I think.
Nope.
Those are really
Greg,
popular.
Stop it. You're gonna get me banned on fucking Twitch by being a gremlin on the internet. Please don't.
But no, they don't offer Diaz gamer sups. They just offer him some other shit, and Diaz is like, no, I'm good. But one of the guards is like, fuck you, man. But Diaz cuts his sword in half, and Klaus is like, nah, man, you can't take Diaz. And then they leave. And Diaz is like, fuck, man, I cut my own rug. They're riding away, and Diane is like, fuck you, Diaz. I'll get you someday, and your bars too. Alna uncloaks and is like, they were all red, except Klaus, who was a nice deep blue. The next morning, Diaz is sleeping with the bars, but Alna has Greenhorn again and says it's one human to the east, and they go as a family with the bars, and Alna concealed, and it's just Klaus. And he said they dismissed him, and he lost his armor and sword. Diaz is like, shit, was that my fault? And he's like, nah, if there was a war, I would get sent to the front lines, so I got myself dismissed. And he wants to work for Diaz. Alna uncloaks, and she's like, I don't mind, he's blue. And Diaz now has his first subject. And then that's how episode 2 ends.
Yep. I talk about how angry this show makes me. Greg, obviously playing devil's advocate when it comes to the show. Greg does not agree with all the things he's saying. He's just being obstinate to be obstinate, okay?
I just think we have to give it a little more time. We just have to give it a little more time.
A little more time for me to get angrier at it. Here's the problem is the storyline is being told to me in such a way that it's shitty. It doesn't mean that obfuscating the truth makes it any better.
I feel like the rage that you feel in your heart right now, it's like what I felt with Wistoria. I think now you actually know, like when I wrote my notes for 12 episodes of Wistoria and then 12 episodes for season 1 of Wistoria, that is the rage that I'm feeling and that I hold on to for the rest of my life. It can never go away. It just slowly burns in my heart until, like an ulcer, it makes its way through, and then there is no saving me.
But at least I like the storyline of Wistoria beyond the bad writing.
I think with this,
but the bad writing on Wistoria's end is like the almost accidental harem that it's trying to portray.
It just seems like, almost like a farm simulator, kind of like brought to anime. It's very simple. I think like it's silly enough. It's not the best shit I've ever seen. I don't know. It's like kind of like a half rom-com, half just this guy just being really dumb but really strong. I don't know. I feel like it has a charm to it. Now, I agree, yes, if it does come to light that Alna is truly 15 human years old, Diaz is 35 human years old, and they end up like getting together, that's weird. And I would like it less if that was the case. Now, I'm hoping for me to enjoy it a little bit more, that my theory of Onikin age is not the same as human age. And in reality, if we were to look at Alna in human age, she's like, I don't know, 29 or something like that. If that doesn't happen, then yes, I'm not going to like it as much.
But it's also, we are being told one thing, and then the writer can lie to us all day. Okay, if you were at the club and you just were like, oh yeah, I know that I'm 30 years old, but I'm pretending to be 17. Like, does that make it any better?
Well, in that example specifically is because they are choosing to deceive you and deceive the bar by coming
The writer of this show is choosing to deceive you if you are correct in this. It's like her friend saying she's 17. It doesn't matter. Someone's lying to you, and it's shitty either way.
Yeah, but I can't hold it against if the girl.
You can.
I
absolutely
cannot.
can.
No, I can't.
Because the writer is the one telling you this story, not Alma.
Okay, the girl walks into the bar. She goes to get a drink. She's sitting there with a drink. She comes to the DJ booth and it's just like, hey, yo, DJ Montague, hey. And then she goes to the bathroom. And then her friend comes up and is like, she's 17. And then the lady comes out of the bathroom and is like, hey, yo, DJ Montague, where did we leave our conversation off?
That's not what's happening, though.
That is what's happening, because
no, it's not, because
hasn't said anything.
The original story and Alna's life and Diaz's life are told to you by a storyteller. And we have not established that this is an untrustworthy narrator.
The problem is you're already breaking like the fourth wall and you're bringing like the writer into this situation. I'm focusing on the characters and the current story that's being told. I'm staying in my lane. You
Yes,
are just
but that's
swerving.
that's
You're like out of control. Like you're off the
Greg,
guardrail. You're like driving into like nomad land and like cyberpunk and just like running over cactuses and shit. And then, you know, I'm just trying to be a fixer or something and just like focus on my work.
Greg, you're trying really hard to give this show the benefit of the doubt. I appreciate you. I know you want to like this show and you want it to not be shitty, but the show is lying to you. You know exactly what I'm talking about. And I know you're more intelligent than that.
So far, I think the show is okay. And we'll see.
Greg's like, open arms. I'm embracing the show, no matter what it is. And
it's not.
If it's told to me that it's awkward, then I'm gonna push it away. But until then, I'm gonna let it live.
Yeah,
and I'm yo, this shit's weird, dude. You need to watch this person. We need to keep an eye on this motherfucker.
You're at the DJ booth right now. And you're spinning.
Yeah,
party's going. Happy Feet's doing his same move like for the 100th time. Nobody cares.
Happy Feet doesn't come around anymore, but I get what you're saying.
Okay, yeah. So it's a normal day. Fucking a spaceship lands in front of the bar. A hot alien girl walks out, gets a drink, and is like, "I'm 17." So now, like, that is what's happening with Diaz right now. You like in this situation, you're DJ Montague Diaz, DJ Diaz, and then Alna is alien girl. The alien says I'm 17. Now you don't know what 17 means in Alien. I personally wouldn't be like, ugh, get away thing. I don't understand. Those numbers don't compute in my mind. I would be like, okay, well, you know, why don't we just, you know, we could just talk. We can just, you know, have a normal conversation here until we figure stuff out.
It's not what they're doing, though, Greg.
Diaz is a simple
I'm going to
man.
marry you. We're getting married right now.
Yeah,
this
but
is happening.
He didn't.
And everyone's
like, you know.
yeah, dude, she's 15 and he's 35 and manly. Get it, girl.
Oh,
you go, bitch.
Yeah.
And then Mole's like, you should get her a fucking wedding gift. Greg, fuck off with that. Like her whole, like the alien's whole family dropped into and was like, yeah, dude, you should bang her. And I'm like, no, guys, this is really awkward. Can we leave this alone? And the whole family's like, no, it's sick, dude. Hell yeah. That's what's happening here, Greg.
We'll just continue down. We're already 2 episodes in. It's too late to change. So we've plotted our course and we will continue watching this show until its finale. The finale where they reveal that Oniken age is different than human age.
Okay.